Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's team call. It is February 6th. I can't believe it is already February. And tonight I'm actually really excited about the topic that I'm going to be kind of sharing. I was a full-time, obviously, working mom when I first started coaching. And I just feel like these tips and things that have helped me could really help you. I said before, but I'm just going to say it again. If you have any tips or you feel called to share anything that has really helped you, please feel free to do so in the chat box. I really think collabing, and this is a time for us not to just sit and listen to me talk, but for you guys to talk in the chat box and just talk about things that you want to talk about. So I'm going to share my screen because I'm actually going to start with announcements. So I'm starting to do something new because I feel like since it's just every other week, it'd be great to do announcements and some shout outs. So I'm going to share my screen and get this going. Okay. So tonight, the team call is scheduling for success. And what I mean by that is really looking at your schedule. So everyone's schedule is different, right? Like, yes, I was working 2 jobs, I was going to school, and I was a new mom. My life might look different than yours, but you're still going to be busy in some way, right? So what I'm going to say, take into consideration for your life and apply it to how it's going to work with you and your schedule and your job, because it's going to be different, but kind of same. So monthly updates. Also, if this is your first team call, which I think there are some of you that is your first team call, I just want to say thank you for being on live. I've really found being on team calls is really vital and has been vital with learning and just growing and being consistent, and on the hard days, plugging into these and being like, okay, I'm not alone, and really being able to connect with other people on the team. So the Team Cup is happening this month. Type in the chat box if you are on a team. I was actually going to talk about the Team Cup just for a second. I actually just pulled up the FAQs, and I wanted to just kind of share, because one, the FAQs are a great resource if you don't know what it is. It is in the back office, and you can just find it. It says Coach FAQ. You can type literally anything in. I typed in Team Cup, and this is what it brought up. It brought up all the information about the Team Cup. So it tells you the registration link. Obviously, it's already done. They do Team Cups, so if you're not a part of a Team Cup this month, that's okay. There's going to be other opportunities. But I wanted to just talk about the earning points. So one Success Club point is one Team Cup point, and one rank advancement of the coach or their PS coaches is 3 Team Cup points. So if you are on a team with one of your coaches, say, and they rank advance, you also get points, if that makes sense. So it helps your team accumulate more points. So what does the rank advancement mean? Rank advancement by the coach or their PS coach must occur in a bonus week that ends February 2018. So it has to be within February. Obviously, it's a shorter month. But anyways, so then like the prizes are there's the umbrella, and I'm going to talk about this also on the announcements, but anyone who helps 3 people this month actually gets the Team Beachbody umbrella. So if you're new and you're like, what's Success Club? Success Club is when you're helping 3 people a month get started on their health and fitness journey. So part of our challenge group with a bundle pack or with Shakeology HD. So a bundle pack is Beachbody On Demand All Access with Shakeology or with the Performance line. And so we get the Team Beachbody umbrella. I don't have a picture of it, but actually if you search it, it does show a picture of what the umbrella looks like. And then you also get a Team Cup ribbon at Coach Summit. So if you're at Summit this year, every year you have your name tag, but then you also have ribbons of everything that you've accomplished for that year. So every year my ribbons get longer and longer, which is pretty cool to just kind of see over the years the things that I've accomplished and all the people really that I've helped is really just what that means. So then if you are the all 5 team members, qualify for Success Club. So everyone in your Team Cup qualifies for Success Club. You get the Team Beachbody Coach shirt. You get exclusive cup workout at Summit. So you get actually an exclusive workout that you're invited to at Summit. Photo op with a trainer also at Summit, and then Team Cup, and then so forth. You can read more about that. It gets like you go flown out to California if you're the champion and acknowledged in a lot. But yeah, so also all challenge packs are $10 off if they're $160 above. So the Beachbody On Demand All Access Bundle Pack is $10 off this month, so it's $150. Also, the February Team Cup Gate Crasher, I'm going to talk about this, but I wanted to just say that that's also something. And then the Success Club Reward is a Team Beachbody umbrella. So I wanted to, instead of having a calendar, I am doing just important dates. And so I want you guys to write these down. I will also, I can share this as well in the team page, which I'm planning on doing because I just made this today. So just important February dates, and then also some March dates looking ahead for you guys. So the New Coach Academy started on Monday. If you're not a part of it, the group is always linked at the very top of the team page. So if you're adding new coaches, I always link it to the very top when it's created. This Self-Love Club started as well on Monday. We just kind of phased people into the previous group that was going on. Also, I couldn't find a date. I'm not sure if any of you guys know or have gotten an email, but if you hit Success Club in January, the Mel Robbins webinar, I'm not totally sure when the date is for that yet. But when I do find out and I do know, I will let you know. Next team call is, it's the 15th. Okay, thank you, Sari. Do you know what time? Have you gotten an email? Was that from an email that you heard or saw? Or because I haven't gotten one. And then next team called 218. So next Sunday, usually they happen on Sunday nights at 5 p.m. But because it was Super Bowl, I just switched it to tonight. And yeah, sorry, I have to. It was in the okay, I'll look at the time and I'll let I'll figure that out. Thank you so much. I didn't realize it was the 15th, so I'll write that down. And then on the 19th, we're having a free Clean Week group. Gabby actually already posted about it. So if you want an idea of posting about it in your stories or anything, you can go to her Instagram account. I didn't take a picture of it, but her Instagram is gabb.giordano. I can put it in the inbox, but I have not posted about it yet, so that's why I'm telling you to go look at hers, because she's already posted about it, and she's sick, so shout out to her, because she's actually going to the ER, because she's, like, really sick, but she's still working today. Like, it's just, you know, that it's just consistency. And then on the 26th, we're having the coaching internship, kind of what we did last year, but last month, but it was new, like, we had never done it before. And so that's a free group where really we're trying to make it like a challenge group, but also help people kind of understand what coaching is more. I know, Taylor, you were a part of that group when it was happening. Is she still on? I saw her earlier, but I'm not sure if she's still on. And I think that it was really helpful because she's obviously now a coach, and I think that it helped answer a lot of her questions. So it's a great way for you to use a third-party kind of tool resource and have other people kind of see what our team's like and see what it's all about. And then in March, we have the new coach call. So for all the new coaches, it's an hour long. I will be leading it. It's actually during when we have a retreat happening at Lauren's house for all the Diamond coaches. So I will be up working out at 6 a.m., doing this call at 7 a.m. And I don't know if anyone else is going to be up with me, but that's okay. I'll be doing it, and I'm excited because I love doing these new calls, or these calls with the new coaches, to really help everyone get started right, and it's a great time. So just let the people maybe that you're talking to or you think would be someone that would benefit from this. I mean, like, are you mad that you're here? No. So it's like, you know, just talk to people about it. If they're in your challenge group and they're being really consistent, this is a great way, the February coaching internship, and then leading into the new coach call and new coach academy, which starts that Monday. So we're really wanting to help set up new coaches for success. And so we're really here to help in any way. So please feel free to reach out. That's why the team pages are there. Feel free to post in the team page and anything like that. And then also the third phase of the March Self-Love is happening March 5th. So I just wanted to also shout out Success Clipboard, everyone that's on already for helping at least 3 people this month and already helping at least 1 or more. This is also the February Team Cup Gate Crasher. So I actually took a picture. I didn't bring it. I'm at my boyfriend's and I didn't want to bring it, but I maybe you guys can see this. I didn't put it on. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I saved it. Anyways, if you're a diamond rank or below, you're registered for Team Cup, and you are one of the top 100 Success Club earners in February, you get a $100 cash prize and a thank you note from Carl Beigler. I actually was one of these 100 earners in September of 2014. And I have the it's like framed. I actually haven't used the $100. It's actually a real $100 and I've left it in the frame. But I think it's kind of cool that you can to just earn that. I don't know. I kind of actually forgot about it. And then when this was it, I was like, I actually earned that. And yeah, and I just want to leave you guys with this quote. Be that girl who wakes up with purpose and intent. Be that girl who shows up and never gives up. Be that girl who believes anything is possible and is willing to work for it. I'm just really proud of you guys, and I want you guys to know that I'm here to help you guys in any way. Okay, so let's dive into it. I'm going to stop sharing, and now we can just hang out and talk to each other. Okay, so a lot of you guys kind of already know my background, but if you don't, I'm just gonna briefly go over the things that I was doing while working my business as a coach. So when I got started as a coach, I was a year into my, a little bit over a year into my early childhood education program. I was working 2 jobs. It kind of was 3 because I had to do practicum hours, so it was 9 hours a week in the class, but it wasn't paid. So it technically was like a job, but it was like a volunteer thing. All while Bentley was like, I started coaching when he was about a year old. So I signed up in June of 2013, and it wasn't the easiest, but I loved it. It never felt like work to me. So for me, I was doing it in a lot of the pockets. So that's what I wanted to talk about first, is my number one thing. So power hours are great, but for me, I had to do power pockets. So if I had 30 minutes, I was doing it for 30 minutes. I was a nanny, so I was sitting at like soccer practice or swimming practice, or I would get to school a little bit early. My mom would take Bentley from me, and then I would be able to have maybe 10 minutes before class started to go into my inbox and answer some messages. That way when I got out of class, I at least had to answer one message, so I was like waiting another message. So I was really trying to just use these like little power pockets that I could, because I really couldn't do power hours unless it was like really late at night or it was on the weekend. Because my mornings were like when I really started to wake up early and do my 5:30 a.m. mornings, because that way I was able to let my son sleep in a little bit longer, then get him up, get him ready and out the door, because it was about a 30-minute commute from where I lived to where I had to be in the morning. I mean, nap times were great as well. So nap times were also a time when I would, use that for power hours. And I do hear, people say you have an hour lunch, maybe you don't have nap time, or maybe you have a 30-minute lunch or a 15-minute lunch, whatever type of thing you have, just use it in any way that you can and make it fun for you. But I really think that power pockets are important, and just at least 1 or 2 a day. And that's just answering messages. I think at the beginning when you're starting as a coach, that's really what you're doing. You're just answering messages because you should be consistently posting. And you should, people are going to start to know what you're doing. Number 2 would be my morning routine and self-care. Putting that first, that really helps everything else kind of flow in your business. I'm not saying, if you if you can't get your workout in the morning, that's okay. At least wake up and journal for like 10 minutes and talk about that. Talk about how you're starting your morning, ending your night. I think another thing too is just talking about your life. Like I would literally talk about how I was sitting in the hallway eating my meal prepped food, waiting to go into class. And people would be like, wow, like this mom is working and going to school and able to meal prep, like how? And they would ask me questions. So it's really great to be talking about these things because they're going to start to ask you questions, and then that just opens the door to talk about these things that you're doing. Number 3, monthly goals and self check-ins. So really having self-reflections with yourself, really setting your intentions every single month and setting goals and reevaluating from the prior month. So if you don't hit everything, in that prior month, that's okay. Like you're not always going to hit every single goal. So what I do is I look, okay, what did I want to accomplish in January? What did I accomplish? And now what's going to trickle over into February and become my first priority of accomplishing in that month? So it's not that like my goals ever disappear because I didn't accomplish them one month. They just continue to like go down, if that makes sense. Does anyone else do that? Or I don't know. And yeah, so then number 4, my 4th tip would be work from a list. So I would say a memory jogger. Beachbody has memory joggers, or you can literally just take a notebook and write memory jogger and write 1 through 50, 1 through like however many people you want to memory jog, and just start writing down names. Because when you write down one person's name, you're going to think of their aunt, you're going to think of their cousin. It just happens. Another thing is Google Streak. If you want to have something electronic, I highly recommend watching Brooke Lipoff, her videos on YouTube. That is who I watched. I watched all of her videos before Ashton was born and got my Google Streak set up. That way I can directly email people. I can mass email people. I can highlight them. I can put them in different pipelines. I can now access it from my phone. It makes it really easy to just have it whenever I'm on the go. But I'm not going to lie. I have lists on paper too. I'm not just a one-all, like just on the computer person. Like I definitely have lists as well. So, I may be unorganized to some people, but to myself, I'm organized, and that's just how it works. So you just kind of have to do what works with you and for you. Number 5, show up for yourself like you would show up for your boss. So like, would you cancel on your boss for like appointments? No. So don't do that for yourself. And I think that was a big thing for me, because when we work from home and we're our own boss, it's easy to be like, oh, I could just do that later. I mean, I've done it. I'm a full-time coach. It's easy to be like, oh, we can just do it later. But at the same time, no, it's not. Because then I would have never done that to the people that I nannied for. Like I showed up 200% for that family. So why would I not do that for myself in building a life where I'm able to do that for my family, right? So I really, again, I think throughout this process, I definitely had mirror checks is what I would call them, just like, okay, like, how are you, what are you doing to move your life and your business forward? Number 6, lean in on the uplines, calls, resources, everything. I did not create my team name. I mean, honestly, I just kind of did a re-switch, but it's like, I relied on all of Lauren's stuff for years because I didn't have the time or really the knowledge to do these things when I first started. It wasn't a priority to me. I just wanted to help people. I really just signed up for the discount. So I was like, okay, yeah, like I don't know how to run challenge groups. So like, Lauren, I'm just going to put them in yours, you know? And that's okay. I still run them with people because I want to. It's fun. It's enjoyable. Like, I don't want to do it alone. So lean in on your upline, lean in on the team calls, lean in on the resources, create resources and add them to the team page. Like, we can all work together. It doesn't have to be just one person making these resources, right? So really working together and knowing that you don't have to know it all. And it really just takes, time and really just failing forward. And that's actually one of my points. Number 7 is stay in phase 1. So I think sometimes as our business grows and as shiny objects start to happen, we forget about staying in phase 1, which would be the vital behaviors and helping yourself, right? And then helping people by sharing your journey. And the vital behaviors are really what helps our business, and these, I guess like milestones, or just like helping give us these tools, right, to move our business forward and failing forward. Like, we all fail. And I was listening to a book, and it's like, we've gotten so accustomed to failing being a bad thing, when honestly the best things have come from me failing. And I think the things that have made me the strongest have come from failing. And so I don't really think failures are bad at all. I actually enjoy them, even though they can be really uncomfortable. They can be not so fun. I learn so much from them. So just do it. Just fail forward. There's actually a book called Fail Forward. So if you want to read it, I would highly suggest it. And just really learning as you go and knowing it's okay. Like, I wanted to, like, for example, I just helped this girl get started with Clean Week. And for some reason, I thought when you get started with Clean Week, you also get access for the 2-week free trial. But I guess for some reason you only get access to the Clean Week workouts and not the 2-week free trial. You have to go in and you have to like set up, you can get the 2-week free trial still, but you have to do the club membership aside from the Shakeology. And I didn't know that. And so we were talking today, and okay, I've been a coach for 4.5 years. I still don't know everything. I was learning as I'm going, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, there's new links, there's a new website. And I tell them that. I'm like, these things are like just switched on me. So, I've been a coach for 4.5 years, but like these things are a little bit new for me. So I'm just learning. So I'm glad to know that. So it's okay to like not know everything. People are not going to be mad at you that you didn't know something, as long as you're there to help them and, support them and guide them. I told her, I gave her the number to call because for, privacy reasons, we can't anymore. Actually, when I first started, I was able to call for customers, which is kind of crazy to think about. I was actually able to call and switch people over to me. They just would give me their information, but it's so different now. So, you have to evolve. And that's another thing, is evolving. You have to be okay with change. And actually in my productivity planner today, the quote was so good. I actually made it a part of my post today. But it said, "It's not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change." Charles Darwin. So it's so true. Like, you just have to be okay with change. Number 9 would be a conversation with your husband, your significant other, your family, your kids. I mean, I talked to Bentley about my job. Letting your family know that, okay, the weeks, these are when I'm doing my power hours. These are kind of when my business hours are. And the weekends, I may have to sacrifice a little bit of time. The laundry might not always be done like right away because of these things, because I want to create this life for us so that we can live this life that's different, right? So really, I just feel like making sure that your significant other or your family or whoever you're living with, whoever you really like care and want to know kind of your schedule, what that looks like for you. Because I really do feel like having people on board is important. I know that's something I didn't necessarily do in the past in my previous relationship until later on. And I just feel like it would have been better prior. And yeah, I really just, I hope that's all the tips I have. I hope this was helpful. I haven't been looking in the chat box. So please also feel free, if you have any questions, type in the chat box. But yeah, I just feel like it can be challenging, but you have to really know when is going to work for you. And if you are like, I don't really know when I can get anything done and you need help, like message me or message your upline or message someone and say, look, this is what my schedule looks like. Can you help me kind of figure out like where I could have, like what my schedule could kind of look like? Because I'm not going to lie, I enjoy my schedule. My productivity planner actually helps so much. So what I use personally for when I'm scheduling out my day, yeah, totally. Just one second. My day, when I'm scheduling out, I actually do it by day. So my productivity planner, I'm filling out every day, but I do a monthly overview in my calendar. So I think that's another thing that I didn't really talk about too, is making sure you're working with a calendar and having some sort of schedule so that you're able to like know, and if you need to get down to the hourly, get down to the hourly. And you know, so everyone's different, but do what works for you. Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to mute you. Oh, wait.
Myself. Did that work? Yeah. Okay. I was gonna mention, and I don't know if you've put it in the files or not, but you've linked it in the past, the Power Hour template.
It should be in there, but I can look, and it might be down, like far down.
Okay. That was like honestly for me a game changer and helped me hit Success Club, because you get all these people who are coming from different avenues, whether it's like Snapchat, whether it's Instagram and Facebook, and sometimes it's hard to keep track of people. And so for me, having this thoughtful list that said like who you connected with, who you want to connect with, I know Alexa made it in the past, and I've kind of tweaked it to be my own. I don't follow like the specific ones because certain ones don't apply really anymore because technology is always changing so fast, but it's something I can recommend that really helped.
That's all. Yeah, and maybe you can, I don't know if you have yours. Do you want to link yours in the page? I'm pretty sure you can have files.
I haven't changed mine digitally, but I can link Alexa so it's like back at the top.
Yeah, just link that. That would be great.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, cool. Gee, you're so funny. Does Cedar not want to? Well, it's okay.
Cedar's well, you know how odd.
I know, but I saw
oddly fabulous. I know.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah. And my Brandy just now got on Facebook. She's 28 years old.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh wow.
Like last week. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, I hope that
I look like this crazy lady with nobody but pugs. I mean, it's serious. It's sad. We all know I don't got a man, so it's okay.
Oh, you're so great. I love your photos, though. Amy Silverman has a great YouTube video on how she, maybe when I post, like, maybe you could post it on the thread also, that video, so that people can watch it. Did you plan out what you were going to post about during the week? Yes, that's another thing. So, that is something. Thank you for bringing that up. So there's voice memo on your phone. So say like you don't have time to write anything, you can do the voice memo and voice yourself like a post or something like that you're thinking. I'll go into my notes and I'll even use like the talk to text, and I'll just like talk into my phone. If I don't have time to sit and like, post it. Same with like at night, if I'm sitting in bed and I think about something or I see a quote that I really like, I'll like save it for, a caption. So yeah, definitely saving content. Don't feel like you have to post everything like at the moment. Like, I know for me, that was something I had to get over, was like, okay, like I can post a picture like 5 days later, like no one's gonna know. Even with stories, like no one knows that I post it later, like only I know, or maybe my friends, I don't know. Now you all know, but you know what I mean? Like, just like people don't know. The app Plan has worked wonders on helping me schedule and put things in order as it comes to my mind. Then you can set reminders of when you want to post. Awesome. I have not heard of that that app. It's called Plan, Plann. Yeah, and also the National Wake Up Call from yesterday. I just listened to the replay today, but it was so good. If you need any tips or anything on Instagram, go listen. She actually is also a owner of Fit Couture. She started, and now they have like yoga mats that are super cute with like pineapples. And I don't know, she's just super creative, and I followed her for a while, so hearing her stuff is awesome. And just knowing too that she has been doing the same thing for 5 years, and like some of the things she'd been talking about, I had stopped doing because I kind of had thought maybe they didn't work anymore because the Instagram algorithm changed and things like that. And it just kind of was like really nice to that's why I still listen to National Wake Up Calls personally, because it's like I still learn. I still am like, oh, okay, that makes me feel like I'm actually like consistently doing something right. So it's nice to kind of have that reassurance as well. But yeah, that's really all I have. Does anyone else have any other questions before I end the recording so I can get it on the recording, or want to add anything, or feel like something's helping since you work full time? Yeah, I just remember like nap time.
I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
It goes back more to post, but it sounds like that Plan app is really good. And you kind of briefly talked about it, but I have my whole entire week posted in my notes of what I'm doing by theme. So like, and a photographer actually recommended this to me, just because like with your viewers, you're naturally creating a rhythm they're getting used to, and they don't even realize they want to see it, but then they start seeing it. I'm sure you've been told that too, Emma, by like your photographers and stuff like that. But it's just helpful to know like yourself, know your theme. But the National Wake Up Call talks all about it. But I would definitely suggest making a calendar of your posts, especially if you're working full time, because it can be super stressful. And you're like, what am I going to post today? Like, what do I need to come up with? Well, if you have a plan of what you need to come up with, it's pretty easy.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I love too. What she said today was, she was like, if you saw a training video from me like 3 years ago, I would have told you to post 3 to 5 times a day. But now I'd say post once a day and post at least 10 times on your Instagram story, and not just about health and fitness, but about your life. Like, people want to see your life. Like, what are you going through? I've posted about my eczema, like everything. Like, they like know my whole life, It's kind of weird, but it's true. People see me, they're like, I feel like I like really know you. It's so weird. You do. And that's the point, like I want to connect with people. I want people to feel that way. Because I do. I want to connect with people like that. So yeah, I would definitely go I'm probably going to go re-listen to the National Wake Up Call actually, because I want to retake notes and stuff. Shelby, you're private. You need to unprivate yourself. she's messaging Jeannie and she's like private. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good point. Shelby's gonna say, because actually I was with my friend Carly Lindor. I talk about her all the time, but anyways, she was saying how one of her coaches, Sammy Block, I don't know how to say her last name, said that the best business tip was to get a dog. Because she just got a Dalmatian, a puppy. And I'm not going to lie, I followed the whole freaking journey when she was going to pick it up because she was like, I'm getting surprised. I don't know what I'm getting. They like went to the airport. I was like, what is she getting? And I actually like missed the stories and I was like super bummed. I was like, oh my, I got sidetracked with Bentley for, 24 hours and missed it and forgot. And then realized, but she got a dog and now I like just love the dog because it's super cute. So I would definitely post about your dogs because I do think people love dogs. Yeah. That's what Shelby was trying to tell you.
My dog will not even come when I call it, okay? I swear to God. If I don't have a treat, she's like, yeah, okay. I'm the only dog owner that it won't even talk to me. I mean, nothing. Only if it wants food.
Oh, you're so funny. Okay, I am going to stop the recording. Thank you guys so much for being on live and for watching the recording.